What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome to the Warframe video. So, I thought we might have a really good thing going today, where I've been trying to find a new Steel Essence farm here, one that's really, really good, and one that lets you get more and more Kuva as time goes on. But unfortunately, D really did nerf it up in here with that Steel Essence only dropping from the Acolytes. And they spawn in survival missions like every between 3 to 11 minutes, it seems like. So we're going to be going over what I'm going to be recommending to you today. If you have like some time, like maybe you got 20 minutes to play the game here, don't really want to do too much like in depth. We have I don't know if I'd fully recommend this to you, but at least I'm going to show you this is something you could possibly do. So it's going to be Steel Essence mixed with Kuva Survival. The Tevone node on the Kuva Fortress, like one of the last missions in the game. You can go there in the Steel Path and get roughly about 20,000 Kuva in 20 minutes. It might be a little bit less than that, and that is with a booster. So, and it could be more than that if you do have a booster and a Smita Kavat that will actually proc. My Smita Kavat did not proc this mission like at all. So, all right, what you want to do here is I just thought it's kind of funny. The strategy we're using here is going to be Korra with the Pilfering Stringonome Augment mod. And you're not actually using Korra's 1. Because like we showed in the previous video a couple weeks ago, Korra's 1 is very inconsistent now with the hitbox. If you want to use Korra's 1, be my guest. But I'm going to be using the Glaive Prime instead. So the build here is focused on range. And honestly, I have Spectro Siphon on here. It's just my old Kuva, it's my old Steel Essence Odin build. You do not need to have Spectro Siphon on here. If you don't have Arc and Energize, you might want to consider it. But we're not even using our 1, so you do not have an energy issue at all with this. So the general gist of what we're doing here is we're going to just be defending the Kuva towers. Now there does seem to be a bug here, and that is unfortunate. But then again, the rewards do not scale with time, so you know what? It works out. So here's the bug that kind of makes this a little bit annoying. After 20 minutes, the Acolytes will not spawn. And when I say after 20 minutes, I mean when you kill an Acolyte, a fresh timer spawns on the next Acolyte spawn. If you kill an Acolyte after 20 minutes, they will not start another timer for another Acolyte to spawn here. So there is no real point in staying after 20 minutes in this mission. But like I said, if say you kill an Acolyte at 15 minutes, and that starts a timer for the Acolyte between 3 to 11 minutes. That means if you killed the Acolyte at 15 minutes in, you could have an Acolyte spawn at 26 minutes in, and that Acolyte you kill at 26 minutes will be the last Acolyte for that mission. So, yeah, that's how it is, but like I said, don't worry because the rewards don't scale with time. It sure would be nice if we got scaling rewards eventually in like the Steel Path or something like that. But you know what? What's the reason we don't have scaling rewards in the Steel Path? Come on. All right. So what we're doing here? Activate the towers, getting the 400 Kuva per tower. Keep in mind the Steel Path Kuva Survival does not give you any more Kuva per tower than the normal version. Like I said, that could be a nice little bump there if they could change that as well. And then with the booster, you'll be getting 4 Steel Essence from the each Acolyte kill, and they'll spawn every here and there. So let's show the builds I'm using in here. And like I said, you can change some stuff up. If you want to subsume a different ability onto Korra, maybe for a little bit more damage here or there, like it's up to you really. So this is what I was using on Korra. It's, as you can see, there's no accumulating whip claw because we're not using her 1 for this build at all. If you don't have a stat stick for your Korra, you're fine. You can honestly even take off Prime Flow because we're not even using her abilities really. We're just using her 4 once every 30 seconds. But I'll keep Prime Flow on there just for now. So max range just to CC all the enemies. We don't want them to kill the Kuva tower, so we can get the Kuva out of there. 278% range. You got to cut off about 2% range just for the extra luck. And then Pilfering Stringonome. This makes it where the enemies are more likely to drop that life support. And it can also make it when you kill the guy who's holding the Kuva Catalyst, you can get 2 Kuva Catalysts and just have a little bit of wiggle room. By the way, this farm is entirely solo friendly, so if you are someone that doesn't like to squat up or you can't squat up because maybe you have a not great internet connection, this is all solo right here. About 15 to 20k Kuva in 20 minutes with a booster, to be fair. With no booster, it's going to be about 10k Kuva. I mean, I'd say always farm Kuva with boosters in my opinion, but it's really up to you. Alright, and so we're using the Glaive Prime here. You could use the Serrata technically. But I'm going to be going with the Glaive Prime because the Slash procs ignore enemy armor. Toxin procs do not ignore enemy armor. They ignore shields. So here's the Glaive setup. Now keep in mind I do have a Riven mod for this thing. Also, losing towers does kill your Kuva per hour very hard. But like I said, don't go past 20 minutes in this. We've got the Glaive Prime with the heavy attack and slash focus build here. When I say it's slash focus, I mean because we have a Smite Grenier mod on. The Kuva Fortress is Grenier spawn there. So this will make your slash proc from the explosion deal more damage. Some people did point out in one of my previous videos that Condition Overload is bugged to not be working on the explosion of the glaive. So that is something you need to definitely keep in mind. That needs to be bug fixed. Hopefully DE will bug fix Condition Overload not work on the explosion, the heavy attack explosion on the glaive. But until they fix that, use Prime Pressure Point instead. We're using Prime Fever Strike for the most elemental damage you can get. And the more damage you deal with this hit on your glaive, the higher the slash proc will be. So this works out great here. And this will also let you go through the Acolyte shield a little bit as well. Amalgam Organ Shatter for faster glaive throws and Killing Blow for more glaive damage. You got a Riven mod here. If you don't have a Riven mod, you're gonna you're gonna be wanting to run Corrupt Charge in that slot because that's actually gonna make it where you will have initial combo enough to keep that that combo multiplier when you do not. But if you do have a Riven, your best bet's gonna be initial combo, crit chance, crit damage, melee damage, just things to make your heavy attack stronger. And yeah, that's pretty much it there. So yeah, it's gonna be, like I said, you're only going 20 minutes. You don't really need to have like the most ridiculous build ever. This is just to make sure you can one-shot all the Greniers very easily. You do not need to run Naramon Focus School for this either. And then, like I said, there is lots of bugs involving this. The Acolyte's not spawning after 20 minutes, as I've already mentioned 3 times already. There's another bug where sometimes, even at the beginning of the mission, the Acolytes don't spawn. So I don't know what's going on here. Even if they do bug fix it, like, I mean, they're not, the rewards aren't scaling, so why would you even stay after 20 minutes? Why would you even, like, you know, farm Steel Essence in the first place? Well, I was definitely trying to look for something fun to do here. I've got a couple more leads on some pretty good Steel Essence farming that could potentially be more Steel Essence than this, but I don't think it will be more Kuva than this. We'll have to see, because you'll get about like 7,000 Kuva, not counting the Steel Essence, in about 20 minutes here. So, you know, that is pretty decent, I suppose. I'm not going to get into complaining about ribbons right now. But yeah, this is what I have for you today, guys. Like I said, it didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted it to, and you know, I find it kind of funny that Korra makes this very easy. Like, do whatever you do, DE, Korra will be part of the Steel Essence farm, whatever it may be. So keep that in mind. But yeah, we're not using their whip claws, so hopefully you guys found this helpful. Like I said, oh yeah, use a Smita Kavat, of course. I mean, I've shown the Smita Kavat build a couple times. Here you go. Quickly to show it off. Just link health, link armor, bleed out reduction mod, so it will bleed out for long. You have about 2 minutes to revive your pet with this build, and you do want to have that Smita Cat alive so you can potentially get double Kuva for your time. And that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, you do not need to have Spectral Siphon Subsume from Gara on here at all. Some other ones you could maybe put on, maybe Shock from Volt to get corrosive with the Shock Trooper mod on your glaive, because you're just running Toxin with this setup right now. You could run Master Summons to summon your pet, or to grab your pet and heal it. Potentially could be kind of okay. You could use Resonator to make the enemies just like useless and never shoot you at all. You don't want to stun them too far away, because you need to kill them to get the life support drops near you. So that's something to keep in mind. But as you can see, the glaive is like AoE destruction. So yeah, it's pretty good. I do recommend getting a glaive or the Serrata. And you can just do this. Keep an eye on maybe more videos about Steel Essence farming and Kuva in the future. But until then, guys, this is what I have for you. So go out there and kill those Acolytes. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Ensnare is extremely good for Acolytes. My main Acolyte killing frame I use is Ash Prime with Ensnare Subsumed and the Venka Prime with the Toxin build. Okay, there you go. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.